and welcome to Attainable Academics, where I will be teaching you how to get through lesson 1.1 of your 3rd grade EnVision's math book. Let's get started. So let's start with the solve and share. Miss Witt bought 4 boxes of paint with 5 jars of paint in each box. Miss Carp bought 3 boxes of paint with 6 jars in each box. Who bought more jars of paint and how many more? Let's first look at the sentence that says Miss Witt bought 4 boxes of paint. Circle the 4 boxes, shall we? And let's continue where it says 5 jars in each. The word in each or the words in each tells me that I'm going to multiply. Now let's start with Mrs. Witt. Let's put a W for Mrs. Witt, W-I-T-T. And for Miss Witt, we're going to draw 4 boxes, which is pretty simple. 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes for Mrs. Witt. Now it also says that she has 5 jars of paint in each box. Let's go ahead and draw those 5 jars in each box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. So that's for Mrs. Witt. Now let's see what pictures we can draw to represent the boxes and jars that Mrs. Carp bought. Let's write Mrs. Carp down here. She bought 3 boxes of jars of paint with 3 boxes with 6 jars in each. And again, the word each tells me I'm going to multiply. Let's go ahead and draw the 3 boxes for Mrs. Carp. 1 box, 2 boxes, 3 boxes. Now let's put 6 jars in each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if you're really good at adding, you would realize that we're adding 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. Did you see that pattern already? Good job. What is 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5? Do you know how to count by 5s? If you do, count with me. 5, 10, 15, 20. So, Mrs. Witt bought a total of 20 jars. Now we have to figure out how many jars did Miss Carp buy. We would simply add 6 plus 6 plus 6. 6 plus 6 plus 6 is equal to, count it. Yes, did you get 18? Very good. 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 18. When I add 6 3 times, I would get 18. And in this case, it's jars for Mrs. Carp. So, the question is, who bought more jars of paint? When I look at the numbers, I can see that 20 is greater than 18. So Mrs. Witt bought more jars of paint. So let's give that to Mrs. Witt. But how many more jars of paint did Mrs. Witt buy than Mrs. Carp? Well, when we see how many more, the operation that we would use would be subtraction. every time we're trying to figure out or compare numbers, we would use the operation of subtraction. Subtraction, subtraction, subtraction. So we would take the greater number, 20, and subtract 18. 20 minus 18. Can't do 0 minus 8, so we have to regroup, which still gives me 20 minus 18. And that would be, let's see, 10 minus 8 with 2. And so my answer is 2 jars. There we go. So Mrs. Witt bought more. How many more? 2 jars more. Alright, so we solved that problem together. Give yourself a round of applause. Let's keep it moving. Remember, we're relating multiplication and addition together. Realize that we're adding the same number over and over. Here we added 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Here we added the number 6, 1, 2, 3 times. How can you use counters and addition equations to help solve the problem? Well, I could use counters this way by drawing the amount of counters that I need and then adding them together. So let's write that. I can use counters and addition equations to help the problem by either drawing, or we can use drawings or the actual counters that you can touch. Either way would be fine. You use what you have, but by counting five counters 4 times, or by adding 5 counters 4 times, and adding 6 counters 3 times. Perfect. All right, let's move on to the next page. So for this page, this page says, can you find the total number of objects in each equal group? Let's take a look at what Jessie's doing. Jessie uses 3 bags to bring home the goldfish she won at the fun fair. How fun! She put the same number of goldfish in each bag. Again, there goes that word each. That gives me an idea. I'm gonna multiply or repeatedly add the same number over and over. How many goldfish did she win? I can use counters to show the groups. Yes, 8 goldfish in each bag. Let's see. The counters show 3 groups of 8 goldfish. If you count each, you would see that there are 8 total goldfish. So here's the first bag. Let's pretend this is the first bag or the first group. And there's 8. Here's the second bag or the second group. And the third bag or the third group. You can use addition to join equal groups. So what they're saying is we can add 8 plus 8 plus 8. Okay, just like they did down here. So you can use addition to join equal groups. So I see that I'm adding the number 8 one time here, another time here, and another time here. So that's a total of 3 groups or 3 bags. 8 plus 8 is 24. When you add them all together, you would get the number 24. So, when you realize that you're adding the same number over and over, or you have equal groups of the same number, then we would call that a multiplication problem. See, multiplication is an operation that gives the total number when you join equal groups. The key word though is equal groups. The groups have to be the same number added over and over. So that's why we call it repeated addition, because we're repeatedly adding the same number over and over. And then once we find ourselves adding the same number and over, we ask ourselves, well, how many times are we adding that number over and over? 3 times. And what number are we adding over and over? 8. We call those factors. Well, factors are the numbers that are being multiplied. The product is the answer to a multiplication problem. So the answer 24 is the product. So if someone asks, what is the product of 3 and 8? They're asking you, what answer would you get when you multiply 3 times 8? The product or the answer is 24. You can write equations and unknown in an unknown is a symbol that stands for a number in an equation. So if you don't know what the answer is, we would write a symbol, sometimes a question mark. Addition equation, 8 plus 8 plus 8, we don't know the answer. So the answer is unknown, right? But once we figure it out, once we do the problem and we get the answer, it's no longer unknown. So you might be asked, solve for the unknown number. The unknown number here is 24. Multiplication equation, 3 times 8. There's an unknown number because we didn't figure it out yet. But then when we add 8 3 times or add 3 8 times, we would get 24. So Jessie won 24 goldfish. Convincing. Apply math methods. Suppose Jessie won 5 bags of 8 goldfish. Ooh, I would say lucky Jessie. Use a math model to represent the problems and find the number of goldfish Jessie won. Let's see, can we draw groups or bags? We can. Let's draw a circle to represent the bags. How many bags? 5 bags. So that's 1 circle, 2 circles, 3 circles, 4 circles, 5 circles. Now, let's go ahead and it says of 8, which means there's 8 in each. So let's go ahead and place 8 in each bag. 8 will go here, 8 will go here, 8 will go here, 8 will go here, and 8 will go here. So let's draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What number am I adding over and over? You're right, it's the number 8. So 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. And How many times am I adding the number 8 over and over? You're right, 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I have to add 8 5 different times. What happens when I add all the counters all together? What is my unknown? What is my product? You work that out. Pause the video and then come back and let's see if we found the same answer. Welcome back. I hope you paused the video and calculated, added it all together. You should have gotten the number 40 because 5 times 8 is 40. The product of 5 times 8 equals 40. Good job! You did it. Now, let's move on to the next page. On this page, it's guided practice. So we're going to do some practice together and then you're going to do it on your own. First, it says, do you understand? Can you write 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 equals 20 as a multiplication equation? The first thing you need to ask yourself is, well, what number am I adding over and over and over? And how many times am I adding that number over and over? So, what do you see added over and over and over and how many times? Good. So, 3 times, no, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, take it back. Erase that. Oh no, not 3 times. 4 times 5. I'm adding the number 5 1, 2, 3, 4 times. What number am I adding over and over? 5. So my factors are 4 times 5. 4 times 5 equals 20. And that's how I would turn an addition equation into a multiplication equation. Okay? Number 2. Can you write 3 plus 4 plus 7 equals 14 as a multiplication equation? Explain. Are these equal groups? No. Am I adding the same number over and over? No. So I cannot use this as a multiplication equation. Unfortunately, I can't. So what I'm gonna do is write, it says, can you write it as a multiplication? I'm gonna say no, comma, I can not write 3 plus 4 plus 7 equals 14 as a multiplication equation. I'm sorry, I just cannot. Because, let's see if I could fit it in here. Because the groups are unequal or not equal. Unequal. Sorry to go over into the next slide, but I was running out of space. Alright, so the groups are unequal, so I cannot do that, unfortunately. Alright, Jessie buys 4 packs of stones. There are 6 stones in each package. How many stones does Jessie buy? I don't have the space, but I can tell you that I'm going to add I'm gonna make 4 packages. I'll fit them in as best as I can. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to put 6 in each. Let's just put the number 6 for now. Take your time and go ahead and add 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. What did you get? Did you get 24? If you did, give yourself a pat on the back. You did great. You added correctly. Alright, next. Use counters to represent the problem. Then write an addition equation and a multiplication equation to solve. Oh, it's the same thing. So, it's the same problem. So, the addition equation would be 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals 24. The multiplication equation would be, you have to ask yourself, okay, to figure out the factors, you ask yourself, what number am I adding over and over? And then, how many times am I adding it over and over? So I'm adding the number 6 over and over, and I'm adding the number 6 4 times. So my factors are 4 times 6, and my product is 24. Alright, you're doing great. Let's keep it going. Number 4, complete 4 and 5. Use the pictures to help. So for number 4, I see counters and I see them in groups. I see 1 group, I see 2 groups. I see 2 groups of 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 groups of 4. Okay, so 4 plus 4, we can add it all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 plus 4 is 8. 2 times, what's my multiplication equation here? What number am I adding over and over? I'm adding the number 4 over and over. So 2 times 4 equals 8. Number 5. How many groups do you see? I see 1 group, I see 2 groups, I see 3 groups. So 3 groups of 6. Of 6 means there's 6 in each group. This group has 6, this group has 6, and this group also has 6. So 3 groups of 6. So I'm adding the number 6 one time for the first group, another time for the second group, and another time for the third group. So I'm adding the number 6 3 times. 3 times 6, or 3 groups of 6, is 18. 3 times 6 is 18. My product is 18. Are you getting this so far? Does it make sense? Great. What I need you to do now is work on this part independently, pause the video, and then come back to see how we've done. Alright, pause the video. Alright, welcome back. I hope you took the time to complete this section that says independent practice. These are the answers you should have gotten. I went ahead and I counted 1, 2 groups, so that's 2 groups of 5. 5 plus 5, because I'm adding the number 5 here, the number 5 there. I got 10. 2 times 5 equals 10. And here I have a total of 5 groups, so it's 5 groups of 4, which means there's 4 in each group. I add 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 20. I'm adding 4 5 times. 5 times 4 equals 20. My product is 20. Here I added 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm adding the number 8 4 times. 4 times 8 is the same as 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. And then here I'm adding the number 9. 1, 2, 3 times 3 times 9 is the same as 9 plus 9 plus 9. And 7 plus 7 plus 7 is the same answer as, or is equal to, 3 times 7. Okay? And then here I'm adding the number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So it's 5 times 6. So 5 times 6 give me the same answer, or is equal to 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. Great job with the independent practice. So now let's move on to the problem solving. With the problem solving, I want you to try it on your own as well. Work it out, show your work, and then come back and see how well you've done. Pause the video one more time. Be careful of that word, always. That means it's always going to be true no matter what. And he's saying you can always add and you can always multiply to join groups. Well, if I have a group of, let's say, 2, 3 times, right? That's adding 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2 plus 2 would give, plus 2 would give me a total of 6. And that's the same answer as 2 times 3 equals 6. But if I have groups and I'm trying to multiply them together to join groups, that doesn't work. Okay, so no, he is not correct. Is he correct? Explain why. We're going to say no. Luke is not correct. You can only add to join groups, but not multiply to join groups. Okay, number 14. Represent and connect. It says Salvatore gets 50 trading cards for his birthday. He gives 22 cards to Madison. Then Salvatore's sister gives him 14 cards. How many trading cards does Salvatore have now? Use math to represent the problem. So first, let's look at Salvatore gets 50 trading cards. Let's write the number 50. Happy birthday, Salvatore. He gives. When you give something away, you're taking it away from you, which means it's a subtraction operation. So that's 50 minus 22. And then we're going to, let's do that operation first. 0 minus 2, we can't do that. We have to regroup. The 5, we go next door. The 5 becomes a 4. And the 0 becomes 10. 10 minus 2 gives me 8. And 4 minus 2 gives me 2. So now he's at 28. He has 28 cards after giving 22 to Madison. Then Salvatore's sister gives him 14 cards. So we're taking the 28 that he does have now, and then we're going to add 14 to that. How many trading cards does he have now? Okay, so let's add 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 2, 3, 4, 42. So 42, and don't forget to say 42 cards. Okay. Now for number 15 and 16, Tom has 12 ears of fill corn to make table decorations. He arranges them in equal groups. Which sentence could Tom use to describe his group? Select all of the correct answers. Well, when we see the word select all, that indicates to us that there's usually more than one answer. Now we're trying to figure out how many groups and how many should be in each group to give me a total or a product of 12. If I multiply 2 groups of 4, would that give me 12? 2 groups with 4 in each. No, that's not 12. That's actually 8. 2 times 4 is 8. What if I multiplied 4 times 2? 4 groups of 2. 4 groups with 2 in each. Would that give me 12? No, that actually also gives me 8. What if I multiplied 6 groups of 2 ears of corn? 6 groups of 2. 6 times 2, is that 12? Yes, it is. So this is one of my answers. Tom arranged 3 groups of 4. If I added the 3, if I added the number 4 3 times, would I get 12? Yes, I would. So that is also an answer. What if I added the number 10 one time, one group of 10? 1 times 10, is that 12? No, that's still 10. If you add 10 one time, you don't add it to anything else, that would give you an answer of 10. So my 2 answers are Tom arranged 6 groups of 2 ears of corn, or he could have arranged it as 3 groups of 4. Number 16. Camilla has 24 flowers. She arranges them in vases. Which, with an equal number of flowers in each vase, which sentence could Camilla use to describe her flowers? Select all. Another select all. I love these. Yes. 24 flowers. In other words, what 2 numbers can I multiply together to get a product of 24? Is it 4 times 6? If I have 4 groups of 6, would that give me 24? Yes, it would. What if I arrange 3 groups of 9? Like I'm adding the number 9 3 times, would that give me 24? No, it would actually give me 27. So that's not an option. How about Camilla arranged 5 flowers in 5 groups? 5 vases. 5 groups of 5. 5 times 5 is 25. Not 24. So that's not an answer either. Camilla arranges 6 flowers in groups of 3, or in 3 vases. 6 times 3 is 18, and that is not an option either. What about 8 groups or 8 flowers in each of 3 vases? What about that? Yeah, 3 times 8 is 24. So those are my answers. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you really understood lesson 1.1 of your EnVision math. Feel free to go over this video anytime, and I'll see you again on the next video, lesson 1.2. Bye-bye.